Hey guys, your girl here, Tanisha, back with another video. So, we all know what the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is, CFPB, right? It has to do with credit and like monitoring the credit system and, kind of like doing the checks and balances. So, they're like the head of Experian and Equifax and TransUnion, right? And the thing is, this is only a American thing, right? This is not in other countries, right? So this is an American thing. So the CFPB is suing Experian for shams of investigating credit reports and errors. Experian does not properly investigate disputes and fails to remove or reinstate errors. Now, when I used to be in my econ, right, they would generate letters for you, and then you would send the letters out. Sometimes Experian would respond, sometimes they wouldn't respond, whatever, right? Or if they did respond, they would say, "Oh no, that's a valid charge," or whatever the case is. But from my understanding is that they wasn't doing what they needed to do. People was doing disputes and people was trying to get stuff off their credit to build their credit, or if they had any type of like fraud. Experian wasn't doing their job. So basically, they were being sued for Consumer Reporting Agency for unlawfully failing to properly investigate consumer disputes. Now, here's my thing. I'm sure they probably get million disputes, right? So I'm sure they're like, we're not going to read all of this. We're not going to do all this and just pass it off. But credit is everything in America, right? Like you can't get a house without credit. You can't get a car without credit unless you just got the cash to do it, right? And even wealthy people only just be using their cash, right? So, Experian, I think now is the best time because now that the CFPB is on their behind, now is the best time for you guys to start disputing stuff for real, getting stuff off your credit. Because now I think they're taking a closer look. When consumers disputed errors on their credit report, Experian conducted sham investigations rather than properly reviewing a dispute as required by the federal law. Credit reporting errors can have serious consequences for a family's finances, and it is critical that credit reporting giants follow the law. Experian, based in California, is one of the nation's three largest credit reporting conglomerates. I really think these people is really a scam for real. Experian is a subsidiary of Experian PLC, a global data broker and analytic company headquarters in Ireland. Okay, the Fair Credit Reporting Act requires that consumers reporting agency take steps to ensure consumers report are accurate and to conduct investigation of information disputed by consumers. So they was just, putting them to the side and then sending probably automated, letters, to people. Conduct the sham investigations that fail to properly address consumers' dispute. When handling disputes, Experian used faulty intake procedures and did not accurately convey all relevant information about the dispute. Now, here's the thing about the credit bureaus. Now, these creditors, like the credit cards, um, car notes, car loans, all of that stuff, like all of them don't report to every single credit bureau, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, right? So you may have your car note may be only reporting to Experian. You may have, a credit card. It may only report to TransUnion. So unfortunately, these credit bureaus don't even talk, right? They're supposed to be helping, but that's why I said I feel like it's a scam, right? Because you can literally, so before I actually knew about credit, my credit was like 518. Went to the dealership, got me a car. My credit was like 518. This was like when I first got started, maybe when I was like 21, 22. And my credit score was like 518. I'm like, okay, I didn't even understand what credit was. And this is why this is so important. I didn't understand credit. I didn't know what credit was. I didn't know, how to obtain credit. So when I went to the dealership, he was like, "Oh, your interest rate is going to be such and such." Of course, I didn't understand interest rates either. I didn't understand what that meant either. I just wanted a car. So I got the car. I think it was a 2008 Toyota. I was paying almost 500 a month. Didn't realize after the fact, after I learned about all this stuff, I actually went back and I saw that I was literally paying over 10% interest. I was like, wow, right? So your credit saves you money, right? Your credit saves you money and allows you more opportunities, right? So if these people are not doing the right thing, then that can mess people up. But there's over 68 million people in America, guys, that have bad credit. Whether they messed it up or they had identity theft and somebody else messed their credit up, whatever it was, their mother messed their credit. My mom messed my credit up, right? When I was a kid, she got a phone bill in my name. Like I was five. I didn't know nothing, about that. So now with these credit bureaus, like to apply for a loan, right? To apply for a credit card, line of credit, right? Mortgages, all these are all the credit bureaus that the creditors actually go to see how you're doing. How are you paying back? How are you credit worthy? Are you credit worthy enough to get the credit to be able to get a house, to get a car, to get whatever? And then now jobs are running people's credit to see how how well you do with your finances, right? So this is serious. And now is the time, guys, to start disputing everything that you feel like that's inaccurate. If you was a victim of fraud, if you felt like someone used your credit incorrectly, guys, now's the time to do this, right? So I have an AI credit system, right? So you can click the link below. We have a credit system, guys, that literally looks at your report, does dispute letters tailored to you, and then we can send it out right from our system, like send it straight to our system. And now is the time. And what's going to happen, being that Experian, I think it's TransUnion too. TransUnion is also being sued. They're all being sued, right? I feel like they should abolish all of them, right? I feel like they should just be abolished, right? Because even like if you go to like Thailand or China or Africa, they don't have this credit thing. If you can't pay for it, you can't get it. Simple. You can't pay for it, you can't get it, right? So, but America, credit has ruined us. Now, for the people that know how to use their credit, they definitely benefit. But I think credit has ruined us because now people using credit cards for groceries, people filing bankruptcy because they credit cards is maxed to the brim. It's insane, guys. I think, America, it's just crazy. So enforcement actions. Okay, they have a victim relief fund under the Consumer Act. Has the authority to take action against these institutions violating consumer financial protection, including the FCRA and the prohibition on unfair, deceptive, and abusive acts or practices. Okay, the CFPB's lawsuit seeks to stop the company's unlawful conduct to provide redress for harmed consumers and the imposition of the civil money penalty which would be paid into the the CFPB's Victim Relief Fund. Okay. So I think now is the time, guys. Now is the time. Now is the time. The civil penalty fund literally is right here. You guys can read more. I'll leave the link for this below, because at the end of the day, guys, in order to really, well, the American dream, quote quote, get a house, get a car, live, a lot of people rent, right? Because they can't buy, right? A lot of people rent because they can't buy a home because their credit is bad, right? So they said 68 million Americans has less than a 600 credit score, less than a 600, right? So I've been able to build my credit over 700, but it took time for me to learn. Like I didn't know, right? So it takes time, right? So without AI credit, reporting that we have. We show you how to upload your credit report. It does like a scan and it does the dispute letters, and it literally spits out the dispute letters, and you can send it right from the system or you can send it yourself. This is why understanding your credit and doing your credit yourself, not paying the person $500 a month, $3,000. I've heard people paying $10,000 to get their credit fixed and still their credit ain't fixed. Like, it's time. It's 2025, guys. It's time to learn how to take care of our own finances. So click on the link below, and I'm going to tell you more about it, and how you can start to fix your credit, and you can start to have some type of independence. Right now, you ain't got to be worried. Right, my interest rates is through the roof. I got to file bankruptcy. A lot of people file bankruptcy because their credit cards is through the roof. Right, they don't even know the credit score. Not literally 7 out of 10 people don't know the credit score. They're like, oh, I gotta go check it. I don't know. I haven't looked at it in how long. Like, it's crazy. It's just very, 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 very crazy. So you guys could just look at all of this, read all of this, read it, right? So that you can put yourself in a better position. So click on the link below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.